Yeah, just acknowledge it in the chat box. Question number 20 or 22 was done. Yeah. Then Divya with some was done. Just a minute. Question number 16. All that. Yeah, question number 16 was done. Sharai, thank you. Yeah, I also was just recollecting the same. Yeah, Sharai, today, just note down the attendance, okay, in the chat box at the end of the lecture. Okay, only for today. Okay, then later on after the lecture, I will tell you what to do. Fine, Sharai, is that clear? Only for today. This was the question that we had done last lecture, question number 16. Okay, so let us start with, yeah, this one was done. This type 2 question. This one, yeah, we'll do this. This is a better question. And there was uh, some information about one expense which I'll tell you later. Okay, following particulars Following particulars have been extracted for the year ended 31st March 2005 from the books of Messrs. Ashwin Manufacturing Company. Okay, purchase of raw material, add to raw material. Direct wages will be the second item under direct cost. Office salaries will go to office. Carriage inward will be added to raw material. Carried outward selling and distribution. And this is my sales. The last item in cost sheet, 16 lakhs is given. Opening stock of raw material, add to raw material. Finished goods, 6,000 units. Units are given, that means it is a type 2 cost sheet. Okay, cost sheet with the cost per unit cover. Next, opening stock of WIP that will be added to factory overheads. Traveling expense. Okay, this I was talking about students. This one. So here you can either take it in selling and distribution or office. Okay, but then the first option is selling and distribution. I mean, if anybody asks what is the most appropriate answer to traveling expense, I mean, which heads it will go. So it is selling and distribution. We assume it is traveling expense related to selling and distribution of finished goods. Okay, and if the student assumes that it is traveling expense of the office staff or traveling expense of the staff, then it will go to office. Okay, but In the second case, that is in the case of office overheads, you have to write a note then in examination. I repeat, if you are taking traveling expenses in the head office overheads, then you have to give a note in examination that you are assuming traveling expense is in connection to staff. Here, otherwise, the most appropriate answer to take traveling expense is in selling and distribution heading. Clear about this to everyone? Just acknowledge it in the chat box. Acknowledge it in the chat box. Is it clear what I said just now with respect to traveling expense? Is it clear to only one person? Others didn't understand. What is wrong with N division today? When I ask for an acknowledgement, it has to be there in the chat box. Next, income tax. Obviously, this expense will not come in cost sheet because it's a non-cost item, so I have to put cross to it. And then interest on capital. This item will also not come in cost sheet, so I have to put cross to it. Advertisement, selling and distribution, power is part of factory overheads. Agents commission, selling and distribution, plant maintenance, factory. Rent and lighting. Okay, now this has to be divided. Okay, so what have they said? Rent and lighting, they have said 9 by 10 will go for office. That means the balance 1 by 10 will go to 9 by 10 will go to factory. So the balance 1 by 10 will go to office. That means I am going to divide this in the ratio 9 is to 1. Okay. Rent will be divided in the ratio 9 is to 1 between what? Between factory and office. Okay. Next, rent received. It's a financial income. It will not come in cost sheet. So I put a cross. Rent of the warehouse. So warehouse rent will go to selling and distribution. Sundry expenses will go to office rate. Sundry expenses means miscellaneous expenses go to office. Okay. And students, this part was not printed in the question. So please note down this part. Yeah. Yes, this one. This is not printed in the question. There is a printing error. So just make a note of it. Add direct expenses there. And even this was not printed. Depreciation on delivery van, sale of raw material scrap, and sale of plant. Okay? These things were not printed in the question. So direct expense is the third item in my direct cost. Building repairs, they have said 1 by 10 will go to office. Okay, so that means it will be distributed between factory and office in the ratio of 9 is to 1. 1 by 10 will go to office means balance 9 by 10 will go to factory. Okay, don't forget that. Then manager's salary, same effect, same effect. Manager's salary. 20 to 500 is the total, out of which 12,000 is going to factory. So the balance 10,500, right? Just check. 20 to 500, so 10,000, 12,500, okay, 12,000 rupees. Balance 10,500 will go to office. Here about manager's salary. Next, depreciation on delivery run will be selling and distribution. Sale of raw material scrap, less from raw material. And the last one is sale of scrap. Sale of plant. Sale of plant is a capital income. How we have capital expenditure, purchase of asset. Similarly, sale of asset is a capital income which does not come in cash. And last is sale of scrap. Can anybody tell me this last one is what? Sale of scrap. What will you do with this? One is sale of raw material scrap. That will be less from raw material. The other one is sale of plant. This will not come in cost sheet because this is a capital income. What is this last one? Sale of scrap. How will you treat this in cost sheet? Treat sale of scrap in cost sheet. Factory. Okay. What? You factory or you lessen factory? What? Yeah, Divya, you have written factory. What to do with factory? Where? In factory, what? Okay, less from factory. Good. Okay. So this will be less from factory overheads. Okay. There. Closing stock of raw material 1,95,000. This will be less from raw material. Okay. Then closing stock of WIP. This will be less from factory overheads. Then during the year, 1,50,000 units were produced. So units produced is given 1,50,000, and out of which 7,000 units remain unsold. Okay. Can anybody tell me what is this 7,000 units remain unsold? Which stock is this? 7,000 units remain unsold. Which stock is this? Write it in the chat box. Which stock is this? 7,000. Shareh is saying it is closing stock. Okay. Closing stock of what, Shareh? Closing stock of raw material, WIP or finished goods. There are three stocks. Which one? Closing stock of finished goods. Yeah. Ashish, it is not closing stock of WIP. It is closing stock of finished goods. 1,50,000 units you have produced. So what do you produce? We don't produce WIP. We produce finished goods. Out of that, 7,000 is not yet sold. That is closing stock of what do you call it? Finished goods. Okay, not WIP. This is closing stock of finished goods. Okay. Now, my next question to you all is in question number 20, which is October 2015 paper, they have not given you how to value closing stock of finished goods. Okay, so which method you will use to value closing stock of finished goods? In absence of information in the question, which method will be used to calculate closing stock of finished goods? Answer. Which method are you going to use if there is no valuation given? Shrey is saying it is FIFO. Yeah, that's the right answer. In absence of information, you have to always assume it is the FIFO method used for calculating stock. Okay, Rashika, right answer. Okay. Okay. So prepare a cost sheet bola hai and with the total and the per unit cost column, even if they don't say that it's a type 2 cost sheet, we have to prepare it with the CPU column. Okay. So let us start with the working note. This is the working note. Working note number 1. Sold plus closing stock of finished goods minus opening stock is equal to units produced. Okay. So units produced is given 1,50,000. Opening stock is also given 6,000. And closing stock is also given 7,000. So go reverse. I'm using an upward arrow. Go reverse. When you go reverse, the sign will change. Minus will become plus and plus will become minus. I repeat, we're going reverse. We're doing reverse calculation in the cost sheet. So the statement I mean. So minus will become plus and plus will become minus. See how am I going to calculate? 1,50,000. Okay, plus 6,000. Don't subtract, you're going reverse. So you plus minus 7,000. So my answer is 1,49,000. So I get 1,49,000. Next, items which you are not taking in cost sheet, you have to write a note for that. Write down interest on capital, then income tax, then sale of plant, rent received. These four items are non-cost items, so it will be excluded from cost sheet. Okay, so write that. Note number 2. Interest on capital, income tax, sale of plant, rent received. Start with your cost sheet. Cost sheet of Mrs. Ashwin Manufacturing for the year ended 31st March 2015. With a sheet with the CPU column, it's produced 1,50,000. This was given in the question. Units sold 1,49,000. We just calculated working on Tybcom. Amount two columns, inner and outer column, and CPU last column. Okay. Start with direct cost. Raw material consumed. Direct cost or raw material consumed. So these are the probable items which are there in the question. Okay. Opening stock of raw material 1,80,000. Purchase of raw material 4,95,000. Carriage inward 3,000. Closing stock of raw material 1,95,000. And sale of raw material scrap 7,500. Okay. So in this sum, raw material consumed, the full breakup is given. Okay. Direct material or raw material consumed is one and the same. Take the inner column total in the outer column. Okay. Let me check. 1,80,000 opening stock plus 4,95,000 purchases plus 3,000 carriage inward minus closing stock 1,95,000 minus sale of scrap 7,500. So my answer is 4,75,500. 4,75,500. Then direct wages 3,18,000 and direct expenses 25,500. Let us add and see. Like 18 plus 25,500. 8,19,000 is my prime cost. Okay. That's the total year output for that. Right. Next, indirect cost. In indirect cost, I have first factory overheads. Okay. So factory overheads. First is power, 10,500. Plant maintenance, 37,500. Factory rent. Okay, factory rent. The total is 1,05,000. Okay, and they said 9 by 10 will go to factory. That is 94,500. Okay, total is 1,05,000, but 9 by 10 will go to factory, and the balance 1 by 10 will go to office. Similarly, for building repairs, same. 1,05,000 is the total, and 9 by 10 will go to for 500. Again, the same answer. Building repairs. Then factory manager's salary 12,000 is given. Let's check the total. Yes, 2,49,000. 2,49,000. Less sale of factory scrap. So 2,44,500 is my factory overheads. Take it in the outer column. Inner column total in the outer column. And then outer column we added to the previous total. What is my previous total? My prime cost 8,90,000. So 10,63,500 is my gross factory cost. Okay. And now add opening stock of WIP less closing stock of WIP. Let me check how much is my opening stock of WIP. It is 66,000. Divided here 66,000. Okay. Next, closing stock of WIP is given below 78,000. Divided here 78,000. Calculate this. 10,63,500 plus 66,000 minus 78,000. Answer is 10,51,500. 10,51,500. Okay. So this is called as what? This is called as net factory. Net factory. Okay. Next, add second admin overheads. Admin overheads. Admin overheads may have office salary 94,500. Write it here. Office salaries 94,500. Next is traveling. I am taking in selling and distribution, not in office. Then rent, office rent. Okay, this you have to calculate 1,05,000 1 by 10. Okay, that is 10,500. Next, sundry expenses 14,500. Write it here. Sundry expenses 14,500. Start giving your attendance in the chat box. Next, building repairs, office building, same calculation, 5,000 1 by 10th ratio, 10,500. Next, manager's salary. Show you the calculation. Office manager's salary. So is 10,500. That total was 22,500. इसमें से 12,000 of factory subtract, so the balance is office. Next, that's it. 1, 2, 4. There are 4 items in office. Let me verify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 manager's salary. Okay, right? Take the total in the outro column. Okay, so take the total in the outro column. So, the totally, yeah, 94,500 plus 10,500 plus 13,500 plus 10,500 plus again 10,500. So the answer is 1,39,500. Write it in the outer column. 1,39,500. Okay. Now once you take anything in the outer column, you have to add it with the previous total. Okay. So plus 10,51,500. 11,91,000. So write it here. 11 lakh 91,000. Okay, we have last 3 minutes, but we can complete it up to cost of production at least. Let us try that. So this is called as my cost of production. Cost of production. Add opening stock of finished goods less closing stock of finished goods. And don't forget, closing stock of finished goods where you are assuming FIFO. Because in absence of information, you have to assume that. I'm writing it here. Assume FIFO. Okay? Clear? So this will give me cost of goods sold. Right? So opening stock of finished goods is how much? 1 lakh, no, 44,910. 44,910. Then closing stock, calculate that. I need my CPU column. Okay, fine. So we'll do one thing. Next lecture, we will do the CPU column. So today, we will just record selling and distribution. Then we'll keep that ready. The last item in cost sheet, selling and distribution. The lecture ends, don't worry. Next lecture, I will continue. We'll complete this. Selling and distribution overheads. Okay. And yeah, Shalay, don't forget about today's attendance. Okay. So I hope up to here it's clear to everyone today's sum. Next lecture, we'll calculate closing stock of finished goods with FIFO as